Welcome to the podcast, Claim Your Excellent Life, with your host, Suzanne Kellner-Zinck, where she helps professional women learn how to be happy. Suzanne will teach you how to do this through building high self-esteem, relaxation and calm, and good, healthy relationships. Tune in every week as Suzanne shares effective strategies to help you claim your excellent life with happiness techniques, self-esteem building exercises, relationship tips, and relaxation information. Make sure to head over to dawningvisions.com to subscribe to the newsletter to receive your keys to happiness, as well as other useful free gifts for you.
On this episode of Claim Your Excellent Life, we are going to speak about calories versus hormones. Now, get ready. I hope you're sitting wherever you are, because I have some news for you. Calories have nothing to do with losing weight. I know, that's a shocker, isn't it? But it's absolutely true. You can certainly determine how much energy is in any given food. However, the body doesn't have any receptors for calories. So if you drink cola, it has a certain amount of calories. If you drink Diet Coke, it has no calories. But the body has no receptors for knowing that, so it doesn't have a way to respond to it. The reason that we think that this is so important is because it's been ingrained in us, but it's not a physiologically based concept. Think about it this way. If you put 100 calories of sugar in your mouth versus 100 calories of olive oil, the physiological response is utterly different. You put the oil into your mouth, you drink it down, there's no insulin response. But if you put a brownie in your mouth, same amount of calories, with all the sugar in there, the insulin spikes right up. Your body responds to hormones, insulin, leptin, ghrelin, thyroid, etc. That's how your body knows what to do. So when you're taking carbohydrates, insulin goes up. If your body is sensing that protein is what you're eating, the insulin will not go up. And the same is true for fat. Fat does not push your insulin up at all. There's different receptors for amino acids, which is what proteins are made of, and there's different receptors for fat. So with fat, you have cholecysteine release. With carbohydrates, you have stretch receptors in your stomach that will be activated, which allows you to know that you are full. So you have to understand that you have different things that your body responds to, but calories is not one of them. Therefore, your body has no idea about calories. Interestingly enough, you can go on Google and find a lot of diagrams on digestion, like Krebs cycle, acetylcholine, amino acids. Nowhere will you find in the last 500 years of physiology anything described as calorie receptors. Why? Because they don't exist. This concept was borrowed from physics, which made a little sense but not much sense. With the endless repetition, people believe that it's true. 100 calories of broccoli is not the same as 100 calories of donuts. We try to pretend that it is, but it's not. And that's where we fail. If you feel like calories matter, all you need to do is switch over to Diet Coke with 0 calories. And we've done it for 30 years, and there would be no obesity crisis if these worked. Look at the people who are drinking the Diet Cokes and putting saccharin and other toxic chemicals into their coffees to sweeten them. Many of them are obese. So this doesn't work, this 0 calorie thing. We're following the wrong path being so obsessed with the calories. The minute you understand that 100 calories of kale is different from 100 calories of donuts, once it enters your mouth, you realize we're dealing with the wrong issue with calories. Why don't we say it has to do with the weight of the food itself? If you eat a pound of food, you'll gain a pound of weight. However, this has to do with your hormonal processing as well, the metabolism. Some goes through your system and comes out as CO2, carbon dioxide, and some comes through your stools. Actually, when fat is released, it comes out as carbon dioxide and water, interestingly enough. It was all driven by the food industry to ingrain in our minds that all we care about is calories. That you can eat that tastier donut than that salad that you were going to eat. If it's 200 calories of donuts, it's much cheaper than 200 calories of salmon. However, for your health, the salmon is obviously a lot better choice for many reasons, omega-3s being among them. Go drink the Gatorade with all the sugar in it. You'll get fatty liver because you can't exercise the sugars away. And I found out this morning, actually, on a different podcast, that when we exercise, we're only burning 10 to 30% of the calories that we eat. That's it, 10 to 30%. That's why you're never going to lose weight just with exercise alone. It just doesn't work this way. Besides, when people work out really, really hard, they end up eating way more calories than what they burned off in the first place. So there, the problem lies. So people go and drink Gatorade, has a ton of sugar in it, and they'll end up with fatty liver because you can't exercise the sugars away. Your muscles are doing great, yet athletes who run multiple marathons ends up getting type 2 diabetes. And you want to know how that works? It works because the full calories notion is false. Epidemiological studies have shown that eating the right diet with many more calories, people don't gain fat because our hormones are in balance. So it's all about hormonal balancing here. For most of human history, nobody counted calories. It varies every day, and most people, even if they try to count the calories, they're wildly off track. So what I want you to understand is that our body runs on a negative feedback loop, which is how the body remains a stable weight. It's similar to how your thermostat runs as well. If it gets cold, the heat comes on. If you want it to be like at 72 degrees and it goes down to 68. Same thing happens if you want it to remain cooler. It goes up to 72. The air conditioner is going to go on to bring it down to 68. So your body has a set point for weight, and this is what you need to understand. That thermostat determines how fat we get. If you make people lose 10% of their body weight, they're actually burning 300 calories a day less. That's 300 calories a day less than their normal rate. So the basal body rate goes up and down depending on what weight they're at. Trying to lose weight, and the body's trying to hold on to the weight. So calories are not the answer, folks. Generally, the best way to lose weight is doing intermittent fasting. We know from the bariatric surgeries that when people are on fast for like 3 months, they're eating prescribed dietary whatever from their doctor. They can eat very, very little because their stomach has been made much smaller. They're basically forced into fasting, and these are the folks who are able to lose the weight and get their insulin levels back in line. I trust that you learned a lot from this particular episode. I want to give Dr. Jason Fung, MD, who is a nephrologist, that's a kidney specialist, credit for the majority of the information on this particular podcast because he's the one who did the research to figure out why it was that his type 2 diabetics were going into kidney failure, and it had everything to do with giving them insulin when they had insulin resistance, because that's what type 2 diabetes is. So as always, I thank you so much for spending your time with me. Until next time. If you have enjoyed Claim Your Excellent Life, we'd really appreciate it if you go over to iTunes and give it a 5-star review. If you have found Claim Your Excellent Life to be helpful to you, and maybe even life-altering with the information that we have shared here, and to allow us to continue this work, which we really do enjoy doing for you, you can sponsor us at patreon.com. That's spelled P as in Paul, ATREON as in Nancy.com. Again, that's P as in Paul, AT as in Tom, REON as in Nancy.com, where there's a few different levels of sponsorship that you can choose from to help us to continue doing this work. We thank you for any assistance that you are able to give us.
Thank you for listening to the podcast, Claim Your Excellent Life, with your host, Suzanne Kellner-Zinck, where she helps professional women learn how to be happy. Suzanne teaches you how to do this through building high self-esteem, relaxation and calm, and good, healthy relationships. Tune in every week as Suzanne shares effective strategies to help you claim your excellent life with happiness techniques, self-esteem building exercises, relationship tips, and relaxation information. Make sure to head over to dawningvisions.com to subscribe to the newsletter to receive your keys to happiness, as well as other useful free gifts for you.